Hey, Rob McCracken here with Warm Up Cincy and Cool Down Cincy. Hope you're having a great day. In this video, we're going to talk about your Duke Energy bill. Now, receiving your utility bill each month shouldn't be a stressful event. By learning how to read your bill, you can begin to take control of your energy usage and save money. So in this session, we're going to focus on three things: how to determine how much you're paying for energy, how to track how much energy you use each month, and where you can go for additional help in reading your utility bill. All right, our first topic. Let's talk about kind of the different things that comprise your utility bill. Your energy bill consists of three types of charges: a supplier charge, which is set by the company that supplies you with natural gas or produces your electricity; the distribution charge, which is set by Duke Energy for the delivery of the natural gas or electricity to your home; and taxes and riders, which are set by the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio. Now, the only one of these charges that you have any control over is the supplier charge. That's because in Ohio, residents have the ability to select their own energy supplier. This is why we have all been bombarded with phone calls, mailers, and door-to-door salespeople trying to get us to purchase energy from them. Now, in some cases, these companies may be offering really competitive rates and they can help us save money. But in other cases, there may be hidden fees, monthly costs, escalation riders, or a number of other things that before we know it will result in us paying more per unit of energy than we were before. Well, in order to help us sort through all these offers, the Public Utilities Commission of Ohio has created the Energy Choice Ohio website. It can be found at www.energychoiceohio.gov. The website can help you compare the rates and programs offered by different electricity and natural gas suppliers operating in your area. All the fees and charges are laid out the same way, so you can make an apples-to-apples comparison of different suppliers. Now, one quick note: if you are on PIP or the Winter Crisis or Summer Crisis programs offered through the Community Action Agency, you're going to need to keep Duke Energy as your supplier. All right, now let's take a look at a utility bill. Whether you receive your bill in the mail or you access it through Duke Energy's online portal, you can always find a bill that looks similar to the one we're about to review. The top of the first page of your Duke Energy bill contains a variety of information, like your service address and the billing period details. Perhaps the most important section on the first page is the billing section. It shows the previous amount due as well as any payments that were received. If you're a participant in PIP Plus or the Winter Crisis or Summer Crisis programs, those payments will show up here along with any additional payments that you made. If there's a remaining balance, then it will be noted as well. The bottom portion of the section shows your current charges for the billing period as well as the total amount due. The Usage Snapshot section located on the first page is a useful tool that shows a 13th month summary of your electricity and natural gas usage. The line graph provides a visual interpretation of monthly usage. If you use natural gas in your home, then the usage line should be higher in the winter months and lower in the summer months. The sample bill shows higher gas usage from November through March, at which point it begins to decrease throughout the summer. For electricity, you should see lower usage in the winter months with a peak in the summer as you begin to use more electricity for air conditioning. However, if you use electricity for heating, then you would expect to see higher usage in the winter months than you would in the summer. The table under each graph allows you to compare how much energy you used in the current month versus that same month a year ago. Those values may be similar, but they may differ significantly depending on what the weather was like during the month each year. The bottom of the first page contains your payment slip. The second page contains contact information for Duke Energy as well as important information and announcements. Let's shift our attention to the third page. The Usage Snapshot section at the top of the page shows your current and previous month meter readings. This is what is used to calculate how much energy you use each month. The billing details section provides a detailed overview of your natural gas and electric charges. The first charge listed will be your fixed charges. These are charges that you pay to Duke Energy regardless of how much energy you use each month. In the sample bill, the customer charge is $6 for electricity and $33.03 for natural gas. Below the fixed charges will be the distribution charges, which are based on the amount of natural gas or electricity that Duke Energy delivered to your home. In the sample bill, the customer used 849 kilowatt hours of electricity and the distribution fee was 2.53 cents per kilowatt hour. The next item listed are any riders set by the Public Utility Commission of Ohio. The generation charges for electric and gas cost recovery charges for natural gas appear below the rider's line item. This is where the name of your electric and natural gas supplier appears if it is not Duke Energy. This section also shows the price per unit of energy that you are paying. The natural gas section shows that the customer used 19 ccfs of natural gas at a rate of 43.18 cents per ccf. If you use a supplier other than Duke Energy, then a similar calculation would appear in the electric section as well. On the right side of the third page is the price to compare section. This shows the price that Duke Energy is charging per kilowatt hour of electricity. The price can be compared to the price you are currently paying per kilowatt hour, which appears in the billing details electric section under generation charges. In the sample bill, Duke is charging 5.68 cents per kilowatt hour. Now, if you're worried about remembering some of those things we just discussed, don't worry. Duke Energy has some great resources on its website that can help you out in the future. You can get to the Duke Energy website by visiting duke-energy.com. If this is the first time you've visited the website, then you're going to need to pick the state where you live. In the upper left-hand corner, you can see where it says Ohio. That may say select state if you haven't been to the website before. Make sure it says Ohio before you proceed. The next thing we will do is click on the billing and payment link. Once we get to the billing and payment page, we're going to scroll down to the section called Billing Resources and select the link for Reading Your Bill. On the Reading Your Bill page, you can see an example of a bill very similar to the one we looked at earlier. You'll also see a really neat tool that Duke included. When you click on or hover over one of the plus signs, a box will open up that explains what that section of the bill means. So if you forgot any of the things that we reviewed today, this is a great way to come back and remind yourself. You can see that they have the first page, the second page with its important numbers and notices, and the third page that we reviewed, with each one having those info boxes that tell you more about what the section contains. Well, I hope this session gave you a better understanding of the components of your Duke bill and how to read it. Thanks for joining me today, and I look forward to seeing you next time.